Hi guys, how it's going? It's Julian and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're gonna reading another article. In this case, it's not related with the IELTS exam, such as the latest ones, but it's related with the National Geographic. I found this article just when I was seeking around to find some good places to read some articles, and I found this one. And the good stuff is that it allows you to select different articles based in your current level in the language. So it's a good one. Of course, as always, I'm gonna put the link of the resource in the comments below or in some place. So in this case, this article provide you not just the article but as well a record like the it give you the chance to have an audio to listen while you're reading. So it's pretty useful if you want to make shadowing. What this technique that we implement in another video in the past that I mentioned. And the good stuff about this is that while you read, you can listen the person who is reading the article at the same time. So you can use that to help yourself to get the mood of the article, the intonation, and to sound clearly in some parts of the text. So let's go for it. The article is called Detroit, Then and Now. The city of Detroit in the USA was once compared to Paris. Sorry, I forgot to put the audio. So let's go again. Then and now. The city of Detroit in the USA was once compared to Paris. It had a broad river, grand boulevards, and historically significant architecture. Then, in the 20th century, it became Motor City. For a time, most of the world's cars were made here. There was steady work and a good salary in the motor industry. An auto worker could own a home, plus a boat, maybe even a holiday cottage. Some say America's middle class was born in Detroit. New highways certainly made it easy for workers to move from the city center to the suburbs in the 1950s. But in the early years of the 21st century, Detroit became America's poorest big city. In less than 5 decades, the once vibrant Motor City lost more than half its population. It gained a reputation as a failed city, full of abandoned buildings, widespread poverty and crime. Newspapers and magazines told stories of derelict homes and deserted streets. Photographers even went specially to Detroit to record the strange beauty of buildings and city blocks where nature was taking over again. What went wrong on Detroit? The city is now 69th in population density, people per square mile, among US cities. Detroit's population fell for several reasons. Partly it was because people moved to the suburbs in the 1950s. Then there were devastating race riots in 1967, which scared even more people away from the city. Then there was dramatic decline in car manufacturers. Companies like General Motors and Chrysler struggled to survive. And finally, in 2008, came the global financial crisis. The problem of Detroit was basic but hard to solve. Many of Detroit's people are poor. Half of the city's households live on less than $25,000 a year. They are spread across different neighborhoods of this huge city. In in 2013, the city did something unusual. It declared itself bankrupt. It was the largest city bankruptcy in US history, estimated at 18 to 20 billion dollars. Now that the city is free of debt, it has money to do some of what needs to be done. It has replaced about 40,000 streetlights so that places feel safer. Police response times has shrunk from almost an hour to less than 20 minutes, and roughly 100 empty houses are demolished each week to make space for new buildings. With the nation's biggest urban bankruptcy behind it, Detroit is also attracting investors, innovators, and young adventurers. New businesses have been encouraged with the New Economy initiative. This gave grants of $10,000 to each of 30 winners with ideas for small businesses. It seems that every week a new business opens in Detroit. Grocery stores, juicy bars, coffee shops, even bicycle markers. Finally, the city is working again. Well, that was the audio, guys, and the article in general. So I think, well, this because as I said, the website provides you the chance to choose the level in which you are currently. So this is uh, 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 um, an up level, like it would be like a C1 level or upper B1, upper B2 level. Sorry. So yeah, as I say, you can select the level in which you feel you want to practice or the level you currently are. So after reading the article, the website provides you some tests that you can make to realize the comprehension that you had while you were reading the article. So in this case, you have the section of reading comprehension. So it is a test. We can do it. It's not a pretty a long one. So let's go for it. Read the article and choose the correct option. Detroit is a city that has had several identities, where the population grew very rapidly, with a massive crime problem. It depends. There are a couple of options which can make sense. So let's see. I would say that has had several identities. I don't think so. Where the population grew very rapidly with a massive crime problem. Let's choose that one. Well, I felt I felt that one that has had several identities. That was the good one. Two, Detroit is not able to recover from its past problems. Is richer now than it has even is richer now than it has ever been. Seems to have a baffler future ahead. That one because it declared itself in bankruptcy, so now it has money again. Why was Detroit known as Motor City? Because of all roads that were built, because of its connections to Paris, because of the type of industry there. That one was I made that one okay. So accordingly to the first paragraph, factory workers had a high standard of living, had to travel a long way to work, to regular holidays. The first one had a high standard of living. What defined Detroit at the start of the 21st century? Uh, what defined Detroit at the start of the okay? What defined Detroit at the start of the 21st century? Cars, poverty, the suburbs, poverty. Okay, we made that one. Okay, which statement is true? According to the second paragraph, the change in Detroit happened relatively quickly. The environment was important for Detroit's population. The media showed a false picture of Detroit and its people. Which statement is true? Accordingly to the second paragraph, the change in Detroit happened relatively quickly. The environment was important for Detroit's population. The first one? Yep. The change in Detroit happened relatively quickly. Why did people leave Detroit? Because too many people lived in the suburbs. Motor industry moved to a new area. There was a combination of causes. I think the last one. Yeah, it's okay. The main problem facing Detroit were the main problems facing Detroit were financial, environmental, social. Financial. Yeah, it was okay. How did bank how did bankruptcy affect the city? It allowed it to make a new start. It gave it an important place in history. It meant Detroit could spend billions of dollars. The first one. It allowed it to make a new start. Which statement is true? Bankruptcy makes it harder for new business in Detroit. Detroit today is attractive to small businesses. All industries want to return to Detroit. That one. Mm. Detroit today is attractive to small businesses. Okay, we I failed twice. I failed twice of 10, so it's good enough, I guess. So guys, that was the article. I think my English is quite bad lately. I can express myself, but I haven't been practicing so much, such as before. I think I must to practice other skills. For example, my storytelling I think is pretty important, and I must improve it. But that is what it is. I'm gonna make another video about it because I've been struggling a little bit, or not struggling, but I'm in a level in which I feel I must to will fix the little mistakes that I have in my speech currently to move through the next one. So until now, this video, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and see you in another one. And hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, so you can realize when I upload a new video. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.